feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait.
Hi and welcome back to my Share Body UK. My name's Kevin and it's Christmas Eve. Well, it's Christmas Eve morning and I wasn't planning on working today, but the app is in surge all over the place, dark reds and everything. So I thought I'd come out and do a couple of hours, see how quickly I could try and make 100 quid before I stop, because I have friends coming around this afternoon and we're going out this evening, and I'm having tomorrow Christmas Day off and Boxing Day off as well. So I thought I'd just come out. I've been out half an hour and I've made £18, so it's worth coming out. Let's see if I can make a quick 100 before about 3 if I can. We'll see what happens. But today I'm asking the question, why is Uber so addictive? Why do drivers come, moan, leave and then come back? It really is some sort of drug. So why is Uber so addictive for drivers? Why do they keep coming back when they say they've had enough and they leave? See, it's all the time on the socials. Uber drivers saying Uber is a load of crap, a load of shit, I'm never going to work for them again. They go off, 3 days later, they're back working for Uber. Why is that? Well, it's very simple really, because Uber is not a bad place to work. The fares may not be the greatest, but overall, the quality of the work is so much better. You have so much more freedom than working with a local cab company, and there's no hassles. There really isn't. You can cash out on a daily basis, or you can cash out up to 4 times a day if you really need to. I tend to cash out on a Thursday night. I cash out my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday earnings on a Thursday night, and then if I work over the weekend, if I work the weekend, I just sleep one through as normal. But there's going to be reasons why Uber is addictive to drivers, and I'm going to explain why in this video. Well, the first reason is that it is just taking a £10 job. I hope I get it. The first reason is it's so easy to sign up for Uber. Once you got your plate, your car and your badge, you go down to the Uber hub, show them your documents, have a photograph taken, and within 12 hours you're on the hub, you're on the app, and you're earning money, and you can come and go whenever you please. So if you like the freedom of choice of when you work and where you work, Uber is the place to be. If you go with a local company, a lot of companies will require you to either work the morning shift, and these are 12-hour shifts, or the evening shift. Last time I worked for a private line company, the shifts were 7 AM to 7 PM and 7 PM to 7 AM. And you either had to choose either a night shift or a day shift. On a Friday and Saturday nights, the night shifts were opened up to day drivers, so they could come out on the evenings and work extra money if they wanted to. Well, generally you had to cover the shifts, and of course this is something that local companies have to do because they have to provide a service. Local taxi companies are private island taxi companies. That's what they're there for, providing trips and services. Uber isn't. Uber is a tech company, and they don't guarantee passengers that they'll get a car, unlike local cabs who have to make sure they have a 24-hour coverage. So the other thing I did last time I did a local cab company is that there was shift work, because after 2 o'clock, 2 AM, things go really quiet till about 6, and there's not a lot of work around. So a lot of drivers want to go home, but the taxi company still has to cover those hours. So there was a rota where you had to work the dead times. So you could easily be out 2-3 hours in the dead of night and have no work at all. But you had to be out because the company had to cover those hours. With Uber, they don't have to cover those hours, so you can come and go and just choose the busy times. So that's another reason why people come back to Uber. It's the flexibility. They're not sat around in the middle of the night on a rota where there's no work and no pay. Okay, the other reason is, and there's no denying this, the quality of customer on Uber is much better, and that's because it's cashless. You get real problems with people who pay cash. Those are the people who do the runners. You have no runners with Uber because they've all paid up front. You have no arguments with people, if they're sick in the car. You don't have to try and squeeze money out of them. Uber will do that for you if you provide them with the evidence of the mess in the car. So you don't have to deal with any these issues of dealing with cash customers, who are the most problematic of customers. The cash customers are the people who won't pay you full fare. The fare may come up at £7 and they'll say, oh, I only ever pay £5, here's £5. So you have none of that. The fare's set, fare's paid, and you get paid, and you know what you're going to get paid before you even take the job. So that's not a problem. That's a good one. The other one is with a local company, they will cover work that comes in, and if that work isn't financially viable and they've got no local cars, it goes to rank. So if you mount first on rank on a local company and the job comes in 3 miles away, going a mile for £4, you get sent on that job and you have to do that job or you get penalised. With Uber, you see the job, you see the fare, you see how far away it is, and you choose whether you take it or not. Because Uber says to all of the riders, it's in their terms and conditions, Uber do not guarantee that they can find you a driver. So riders go with Uber for price, it's cheap, but they also understand there's no guarantees they'll get a car. Or not with local cab, more expensive, but they're much more likely to get their car and get it on time. So that freedom to choose or not to choose what work you do, so you don't go running around in rush hour for no pay or very little pay, is also a good positive. I mean, that strength of flexibility is what keeps Uber at the top of my list for apps. The reality is, working Uber is nice. You may not get the same amount of money as you get with your local car, but it's stress-free, it's enjoyable, it's pretty much risk-free. But if you want to earn the money, then you go with local cars, and there you deal with the cash customers. There you deal with the risk of runners. There you deal with the risk of being attacked. There you deal with the risk of having to run for jobs that just don't pay, and having to go on shift patterns and work when the company wants you to work. None of that. It's real freedom with Uber. So I think that's why it's so addictive. I love it. I love Uber. The only time I'll leave Uber is if they're bringing cash work into this region. The moment they're bringing cash work, I shan't hang around. The job won't be the same. It won't have that same degree of safety. It won't have that same degree of enjoyability. It won't have that same degree of quality of customer. And if I'm going to have to deal with the issues of dealing with cash, then I want to be paid the rates that local drivers get paid. I would need to see a substantial increase in fares to cover the risks of cash work. But while it remains cash free, I'm more than happy with Uber. The flexibility, the safety, the quality of customer, the guarantee of pay, it's all there, and that's why drivers come, they have a moan about the fares they'll get paid, and they go, well, I'm off to local cabs where I can earn more money. They go there, they find out actually the grass isn't greener on the other side, that they have to deal with a load of crap that they don't have to deal with Uber, and they come back. And it's not a surprise. Uber is still, even though fares have dropped, is still a place to be for me. But that's it. I'd like to know your thoughts. Why do you think drivers come to Uber, say it's a load of crap, and then Uber's a load of shit, disappear off to go work for a local car, but they're going to make a lot more money, but 3 days later, they're back on Uber? What's your thoughts about that? But until next time, I hope you have a great Christmas, prosperous New Year, and until next time, safe driving. Okay, just a little extra at the end of this video. I've just taken a couple of people out to Cardiff Airport from Newport. The time's 1 o'clock. I started at 10:30. So in 2.5 hours, I'm at £60, well, 64. But I've never done an airport before, an airport pickup. So I've never been on rank at an airport on Uber. So I'm now at 1 to 5 at Uber X at Cardiff Airport. And there's a plane due. Well, it's due in about 30 minutes from Malaga. So, whether anything will come off it, I don't know. But due to the fact I've never done an Uber rank before, and I'd quite like to try it, I'm going to sit it out for half an hour. According to Cardiff Airport's information desk, it's due in at 1:30, but it's currently early. It's on approach, and it's due to land at 1:20. So I don't mind hanging around for half an hour, just to see if you get anything from the airport if you go on rank. About 1 to 5. It's coming from Malaga, so let's see. I won't wait any longer than after this plane's cleared. The next one's at, I think, 2:30. Cardiff is not a busy airport. I'm surprised there's actually another plane arriving today. But I'm not going to hang around. I will wait for half an hour for this Malaga, just to see if anything pops up. And I'll let you know if it does. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I could have an airport. Okay, it's 22 minutes past 1. And Cardiff Airport information shows that the plane has just landed. So I'll give it, I don't know, 20 minutes for people to go through customs and collect baggage and stuff like that. So I'll give it till 20 to 2, after which I'm going to head off. I'm not going to hang around. Normally, I wouldn't hang around anyway. I'd have gone as soon as dropped off. But I just thought, well, you know, give it a go, see if I can pick it up. I'm in no desperate urge to make money today. So the next plane isn't due until 20 to 3, so I'm not going to hang around for that long. It's only coming from Paris, so probably just some local weekenders and stuff like that. So let's give this 20 minutes to see what comes out of Malaga, and then head home. Well, head back to Newport. I've got £60 on the clock. I need to be back home for about 3:30, really, because I've got friends coming around at 4. We might get a few more jobs. Don't think I'll make the 100 because I've sat here waiting for half an hour or more. But we've had a reasonable, okay morning. Well, that's it. It's a quarter to 2 now, so I'm going to call it today and head back to Newport. Maybe pick up a couple of jobs in Newport before finishing off. It's not been a bad morning. I did want to hang around just in case there was a passenger, but you know, it's a trip from Malaga. I suppose, you know, because it's a holiday flight, people are going to get to the airport by taxi or book their return journey at the same time. It's really the flights from places like Dublin and Belfast where you got people who'll jump off the plane and book an Uber. But the plane arrived at 20 past. I've given it 25 minutes. It's only a small airport, Cardiff is. It doesn't take long to get through luggage and customs. I'd have thought people would be booking by now if they wanted to have a car. Nothing's come through. So it was worth a try. But as I said, I don't hang around at airports. It's not worth it. You sit there for hours. I suppose if it was Bristol or Heathrow, then it's worth sort of hanging around. But a small airport like Cardiff, just not worth the energy, really. So let's start up, head back to Newport, maybe do a couple of trips in before I finish, at 3:30, 3 o'clock, something like that. I may make 100, I doubt it, but I've got 60, so I'm happy. So that's it. Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.